Hi everybody, welcome back to another balloon tutorial. Today we're going to be twisting a baby Captain Underpants. There you go. So you can see, let me go ahead and flip it all the way around so you get a good look at it. So you can see, not very hard to do, and if you already make the baby body, you're going to be able to make this in a snap. And I'll put a description below for the baby body if you didn't see it before, but you're going to be learning it here, so maybe you don't have to go do that. So anyway, the only thing you might learn new in this is the cape if you don't already do it this way, but let's get to it, huh? So the balloons I'm going to be using today are one blush 260 around, that's a 5-inch, that's a blush, and then part of a white, it's a 260, and then a 160 red for our cape, okay? And then the markers I'm using are a black and a white. I'm using chisel tip, and this time I have the white water-based Sharpie, the blue end. My Eddings was acting up a little bit, so I'll probably have to get a new one. But anyway, let's get to it. If you haven't watched any of my videos, what I do is I bring the sound down and then I start twisting that way. So welcome. I should have started with that, and if you're back here again watching it again, thank you very much for being here. So let's get to it now. Let's bring that sound down and let's start twisting. Here we go. The first balloon we're going to start with is the blush 260. We're going to go ahead and we're going to deviate from the other design by a little bit, and the only way we're going to do that is by just adding hands. That's it. So we're just going to do about a 1-finger bubble there, pinch twist that, and then we're going to do a small loop. That's about 2 fingers, I would say. Okay, and from there we're going to go right to our arm, and it's about 3 fingers for the length on that arm, just so you know. And then we'll do another pinch twist, and then we're going to do the upper torso. There we go. And then we're going to do another pinch twist, and then we're going to come right back. So it's about 4 fingers there, and come right back. Alrighty, and we're twisting right, or right back to the pinch twist, and now we're going to do the legs. And that's about, you see that's about a hand's width, and I'm going to go right back up the other side. So the way you can kind of see this is, and probably what people will tell you when they're seeing you put this together, is it looks like a letter A, and that's exactly right. So you see, we got our other arm. We're going to do another pinch twist, and we're going to end with the loop and that's going to create our second hand. There you are, no problem. And so now all I'm going to do is, I got that leftover piece of balloon right there. I'm going to go ahead and break that off and tuck that tail away. Whatever's left over, just tuck it down in between the hand there, that little loop that you made, and that'll help lock it as well. So it's help you hide it and also lock the balloon in place. There we go. So we're pretty much done with that part. We're going to move on to our white balloon. So it's like an A with feet. Depending on how you look at it, I guess, Alrighty, so I'm just going to take the nozzle now, wrap it into one of those, and when you're doing this in real time, a lot of times you don't have to tie that white balloon off. As soon as you blow it up, you can actually run one of those nozzles, or run the nozzle into one of those pinch twists there. So you see, all I'm doing is just going around right below that torso and just creating our underpants. And when you're doing the baby, this is the diaper. There we go. I'm just going around. Now I'm going to move down the balloon. I'm not going to break it off close to the pinch twist. I'm going to go down, break it off there. That way I can take what's left over, the excess, and we're going to run it across to the other pinch twist. And this is what we're going to twist that blush round balloon into, actually. And that's going to keep it in place. And one thing you can do, I haven't done this in a while, but here, let me just spin it around there so you can see, is, oh, excuse me, I dropped that on the ground, is that you'll see right now I'm going to put my fingers through that piece of white balloon so I can pinch it. See, there's the nozzle, the blush, and what I've got in the habit of doing is just twisting it around and then pulling the nozzle through, but you could just tie it and be done with it. It's really up to you. I'm just pushing it down inside there, and that's it. And I haven't had anybody pulling it off. I mean, I guess they really could if they wanted to, if they really dig down inside there, but again, it's just one of those things that people just aren't interested in it. So, one thing to point out here with the 160 is, look at how much I have there. I'm going to give it a squish, and it's going to go all the way to the very end. I would suggest doing less air than what I did. So, in my case, I had about, let's talk about the twisting, and then we'll come back to how much fingers to leave. I did about 3 fingers, then a pinch twist, then 4 fingers, and then we're going to do another pinch twist. Okay. And then from there, what we're going to do is we're going to decide matching that. So another one, and we're going to pinch twist there. And then we're going to create a loop And this is deciding how big do you want your cape to be. So think about that when you're making this. Do you want the cape to drape down farther than what I do? I think at the end it ends up being about 20 fingers long. So you can just kind of see that loop. See that? I end up trying to measure it. You know, it's a little goofy. I don't know why I did that, but yeah, about 18 to 20 fingers or so. But just, you know, you can decide how big do you want that to be. I twist it back into the pinch twist, and I come back again across that back pinch twist. And this is the back of the neck, actually, is where we're at right now. And what's going to happen is we're going to create like a triangle, and we're going to capture. See that right now we got a triangle, and we're going to capture the blush, if you kind of see it that way, in that triangle there, just like you would wear a normal cape, which is rather, you know, kind of cool. There we go. Alrighty, and so I'm just gonna move the hands down so we can really get to that. Otherwise, you know, you don't really have to do that. Just made it easy for myself, and that's all. Alrighty, and so it just meets in the front. I'm just gonna twist that all together. And so the last thing to do now is just break off that excess, and that's going to be exactly what I need to finish up, just to make sure we have our last little piece of the cape hanging off there. You know, I did it earlier, and it looked like a bow in the front when I did it, so my wife suggested that I break that off and leave the two ends in the front, just like a regular cape would, or a makeshift cape, like if a kid did it. So she had a good point. Alrighty, and so, back to this as I finish up here and tie this excess off. I left about 3 fingers in the balloon. I would probably leave about 5, and that's going to make it easy for you at the end, okay? So 5 is probably like a hand's grip. So anyway, that brings it to an end. Hopefully that cape part wasn't too hard to follow. So just go back and check it out again, and take it slow when you try to do it. But after a while, you'll see how easy it is. Alrighty, I think we made it to the end. Stick around for the art. Thank you very much for watching. Alright, so we made it to the end of the twisting. Not very hard to do. And then the artwork. This is another one of those characters where the artwork is very basic. It's almost like, feels like Charlie Brown, like a little bit, but not the same, I guess, as far as the artwork goes. You know, one thing that I noticed when I was watching this or looking at the various pictures of him, that they always only show one eyebrow on him. So that's how I'm going to draw him. You know, add two, and hopefully no one yells at you. So I don't know exactly if he has 2 eyebrows, but it feels like every time I saw him he only had 1 eyebrow, left or right. But so the eyes we're going to do is little ovals. But what's funny is you'll see him drawn different ways though. Sometimes his eyes will be circles, and other times it'll be oval. Okay, so there go our eyes. There's ovals, and I'm gonna do his left eyebrow. Okay, there we go. And for his nose, they make him slightly pig-nosed. So, but it doesn't take away from this character. So 2 circles. There we go. And then we're just gonna come down, out, come right back again, up to there. There we go. It's really funny. Ready? So there are different ways you can do his mouth. I'm going to show you with that I did, where you color it in like a little bit of black. But like I said, there's a couple different ways you can do his mouth. Actually, I'll show you the one that I most commonly see, and you can be the judge of which one you want to do. Alrighty. So it's basically just a stretched, you know, rectangle, like the edges have been rounded off. So let's do that one. Yeah, almost lost him. Kind of like that, and then we'll do the edge of the mouth over here. Okay, and then we got his teeth. 1, 2, 3, 4. I did 4 lines there. There you go. Okay. And I'm going to color that white in just a minute, but first let's go down to his tighty whities. I'm just going to do 1 line across the bottom. And we're gonna do some another one right below it. And then we got hash marks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll say that's good. And then we're going to come down, and then again, and same thing on the other side. Okay, so you can see the art is pretty basic, which is really cool. That's the fun part about characters. You know, if you're going to be drawing them over and over, you definitely don't want the art to be too complex. Not unless you got a team of people, you know, working with you. So then his cape. One thing that I noticed is it has black marks on it. Actually, these little hash marks all over it. This makes me think that he got a towel instead of a cape. Put that on. Could be. I'm not sure. I remember when I was a kid, my brother and I used to do that. We used to put towels on and act like we were superheroes. But you see, that's all I'm doing is I'm just doing these little hash marks on it. No real pattern, I guess. You know, they're not following any kind of order. I just noticed he had black marks on his cape. There we go. Okay, I'm only gonna go that far. There we go. Okay, I'm pretty content with that. Alrighty, and then you could always do all the back over here too if you wish. Alright, so last thing, I'm gonna go ahead and color in his teeth, and then we'll be done. So I'll bring the sound down and speed it up while I do this real quick. Alrighty, we made it to the end. There it is. There's a Captain Baby Underpants. Baby Captain Underpants. There we go. That's more like it. Baby Captain Underpants. So anyway, there you are. It's not too hard to do, as you can tell. The artwork is not that bad. You wouldn't even have to show the teeth. You probably could just do just a long smile and skip the teeth. So think about that when you're making this, and if you had to make like a lot of them to make it easy on yourself. So you know, if you know, sometimes you get into, you know, making these, and you get caught up in doing a lot of detail with them, which is awesome if you have the time. But if you don't, you know, that's the hard part sometimes, is you really want to do a great job, but some things just end up taking longer than they should, which is a bummer. I know. So anyway, hey, thank you very much for being here. I really do appreciate it. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, now's your chance. You can check out new stuff all the time. I may be doing less and less as we get closer to the Q tour. That's in June, and so you know, that way there's something to show there. You know, I don't want to have every single thing here, which, you know, I'm having a blast doing it, but you know, we have to save some fun stuff for the folks that are showing up there. So June 22nd, the Qualtex tour. If you didn't know that by now, it's in Charlotte, North Carolina. I'll see if I can't post some more info down below. So I should have led with that. I don't know, sometimes I don't think, I just get on here and start twisting. So if you like the video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Comment down below. Maybe you are looking for Captain Underpants. Maybe not, but either way, you know, you can see it's a nice little version. Pretty darn cute. So thank you very much for watching, and until next time, happy twisted.